Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live. My name is Ella Ivy, and I am the creator of Livzenastrology. And I was told to pop on here. Normally, I meet with an 11:11 meditation group every Sunday at 11:11. And I'm going to go ahead and share this live with my peeps. Yeah, because we've all been displaced. For those of us who live in Florida, we just had a major storm, several major storms, and it's been pretty intense. Sorry, I'm sharing this live on my page so that you know. We've been displaced. That's all I could say. And for those of us who have been doing our work and who are in this meditative practice, this is more important than ever right now to show up for ourselves, for one another, for ourselves, and staying in this meditative practice. I apologize if you guys hear any background noise. I tried to put the background. I'm sitting outside at a friend's house. They've got, the neighbors are playing music right now. I think they're rocking to to classic rock, and they're doing repairs. But I'm being called to sit outside today and to share the energy and to share a little bit of so in 11:11 on our meditation groups, we have a deck of cards that we pull from, that we share energy. It gives us a bit of a theme, if you will. And so I had already kind of pulled some cards today, and I wanted to share them with you. I was called to share them because it's relevant, right? I'm here to work with collective energy, and the relevant collective energy that wanted to be looked at today, and maybe you guys can see. Let me see if I can turn it around. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Let me take it off the background and so you guys can see it. Okay, I'll do some editing and stuff later up with this, but for now, I just wanted to show you the background. And there we go. So here is the background for the card pulls. And I just wanted to show you the oracle decks that I used. So I used for the Pandora's Gift, which is right here. Again, looking at the number 9, this was from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. And then I also pulled from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, which is this one here. And that's Benefactor right now, number 3. So this was a 9. If you I look at the numerology. We got a 3, we got a 9, we have another 9 up on top. We've got the 9 of Wands, and then we've got the 8 of Cups. In the middle card is the Knight of Swords, and that is from my Tarot of Dreams Oracle deck. This one right here. Okay, because I love it because it also has the astrology, which I really, really enjoy. And then you can see my dog Tanner, who's holding space, who's drooling because he's 16 years old, and I love him dearly. But he's always holding space while I do this stuff. And then the last card I wanted to pull to show you was from this Louise Hay's Heal Your Life, and it's my muscles. And so this is the part of the body that wanted to be acknowledged today. My muscles give me the ability to move freely in my world. They are flexible and stretch easily to embrace life. So, I was looking for a theme here. I was asking, what do I need to know? What is in the highest and best? Geez, no makeup, no whatever. Mermaid hair, don't care. Oh, yeah, here's the card deck for that, Louise. You guys can check that out. It's the Love Your Body, Louise Hayes Oracle deck. This is really great when you want to get embodied and get more into your body. And again, what part of your body is talking to you at any given time. What part of consciousness wants to speak to you. This is very Akashic Records. This is also very astrology, because this is astrology embodies everything and all of it, right? Everything can be found through the astrological chart, which is why I'm so passionate about astrology, and why it's been such an amazing tool for me to get into my heart, to get into my body, to really regulate my mind, and to really focus on what it is I want. And so these cards, these card pulls, as we're getting ready to go into a meditative state, it's good to get aligned with what the current of energy is around you through using these tools. It's just a tool. It doesn't have to make it anything, whatever. It's just a tool. So however you choose to use it. And the themes that kept coming through, with the first card, with the benefactor card, is we're going to become each other's benefactors. So what I'm seeing online too is a lot of my friends and family are feeling this sort of survivor's guilt, right? That there's so many of our brothers and sisters have lost everything and who are in such dire straits. And there are some of us who had very minimal damage. And again, this is removing the judgment. What this is saying, it's not about right or wrong or good or bad or past karma, or because you were a bad person, bad things happened. And, it's so easy to judge. It's so easy to try to use that as a tool as to why things happen. And I'm here to reflect, and what the cards were saying is it has nothing to do with wrong or right or bad or good. It's just what your soul on a soul level has come into experience for its next growth evolution. And a lot of us have chosen to lift off this current matrix system and to allow ourselves to be disheveled and displaced, because we know we need things needed to change. So I allowed myself to get off this current system back in 2018. I've been kind of teetering back and forth, having to pay bills, if you will, to live. But for the most part, I've really collapsed that system within myself, because I realize it's really a dilapidated system, that we're going to a new current system with the way we exchange money, our gifts, our time, all that. So I've been practicing learning how to do that, being a minimalist, right? Literally, I just have my car and what's in my car. And then I have a little bit of storage space from my friend's house, from, my son's pictures, which I still have a hard time getting rid of. I don't know if I still have them on USB. But anyway, there's just certain things that I'm still attached to, as we all are. It's part of the human experience, right? Attachment. But there's also enough of us that say, you know what, we'd have so much stuff. There's so much stuff that's been lost, but there's so much stuff still left in our stores, in our, just look around. We are a culture of stuff, and we have been producing a lot of material goods in this country. Well, actually purchasing material goods from other countries that actually create stuff. And so we are a culture of consumers. That has been shifted, right? Not only has our consumerism shifted as to what we purchase, but now the amount of currency that we have to purchase these things has shifted. And that's a good thing. That means we can't spend our money on junk anymore. We have to be very diligent and mindful of where we send our resources, where we share our resources. Perhaps it's time to rebuild in this country, to actually start building things again in this country. What a beautiful gift, right? That really spurs our creativity. Now, I know there's a lot of people saying that AI is going to take over a lot of jobs, and it will. It will take over a lot of the mundane jobs that humans just don't want to do anymore. Let's be real. There are certain jobs that humans just don't want to do anymore, because they want to tune into their creativity and their own spark of ingenuity. That monotonous, mundane, functions could be done by AI, could be done by another source. And that's okay, because it's going to allow us, again, to evolve our consciousness into what wants to be created. So the Pandora's gift, which was the other card that came through, which was the 9, which I wanted to share with you, which is about releasing the guilt, releasing the guilt of and the shame of what you thought, because Pandora was given a lot of gifts, right? But the last, you know the story about Pandora, and she opened her Pandora's box. Don't open Pandora's box, because all the sorrows of the world came out of Pandora's box. Jealousy, fear, envy, sorrow, all those came flying out of the box, except the last thing to fly out of Pandora's box in the story was hope, right? So it's going to pull everything together, that everything that may have been calamitous or, was destructive in our lives was for a reason. And I know that's easy and cliche to say, but it's the truth that nature is on purpose. There are no accidents in nature. Some of it was man-made, but man is still nature. So you're going to have to rectify that within yourself, what that means, to find some peace within yourself, what that means. If you still find division within yourself and say that, it's man versus nature, then you haven't really gotten unity yet, because man is nature. Nature is man. We are divinely intertwined and connected. And through the fates, and the fates mean the expressions, the energy that it's expressed. Some of it's positive, some of it's negative, some of it's perceived as good, some of it's perceived as bad, but it's all necessary. So your perception right now of this reality is being alchemized, and how you perceive your reality is going to matter, literally, in physical form. And that was the other card that we got through, is literally Saturn in Pisces. Is we are being asked to evolve. We are being asked to step up into this full moon. So I'll show you the card as we're approaching a full moon in Aries, but we still have Saturn in Pisces. So this is us moving past. You see, it's the card signifies a being that is walking naked into the unknown. So a lot of us have been displaced, disheveled, been asked to move, to shift, to move our energy, to change our frequencies. And so we're literally being displaced. And so we're being asked to move and to ascend to another part of our consciousness. And look at the full moon behind it. There's a full moon energy that's happening on the 17th. There's a lot of energy supporting and surrounding this full moon. And we could talk about some of that. But the point of talking astrologically to me is, well, how do we use it? What's the point of learning all these astrological concepts? How are we supposed to use it? And through my intuition, what I'm being guided is to be able to release that which you thought you needed, or your divine programs or your divine plans that you had set into motion are now being redirected. And so we're all being redirected into a new space, perhaps a new living situation, a new job situation, new relationships. Everything just got shaken up, not just in Florida, but all over the world. There are floods happening all over the world. This is that Pisces energy. That Saturn in Pisces is creating all kinds of new structural shifts on this planet. And it needed to happen. We needed to regrid. There needed to be a new release, a new foundation within our spiritual nature, within our concepts, within our beliefs, because Saturn Pisces rules belief. What do you believe? And so this is also tied into religion and to, Chiron in Aries, which is the wounds or the indoctrinations of the child that we have been given since we were very young children. From the age of 0 to 7, we're in theta. That's the programmable state. So we all know that we've been programmed. And our programs are running deeply right now to the surface. They're running and they're being shown to the surface, the programs that are actually running in the deep subconscious, and what needs to be shifted, what needs to be alchemized, what needs through the shakeup to be seen about how we're projecting this reality through fear, through judgment, through shame, because that's part of the energy that's been flowing through us since we were children. Again, we were taught. We taught ourselves these things. This was the program we allowed ourselves to be indoctrinated by. There is no victim. This is a choice point. I choose not to be a victim. I choose to be a co-creator of this reality. So I'm no longer going to blame, shame, any of that, anyone outside of myself. I'm holding accountability as much as I can. It's easy to want to look outside and create chaos by blaming other people or creating a villain. But it was you, it was me, it was us that created this whole gosh darn thing. And it seems like the quicker that you can embody that and encompass that, the more empowered you get quicker. Because then you realize you can change the pattern, you can change the program, even if you don't understand the program that's running through you. That's because it's unconscious, inner consciousness inside of us that's been projecting out, and it's deep, and it's again, most of it's not seen or known about because it was embedded from a very young age. So we're being asked to regrid these things, and it's being brought to our conscious awareness now. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to navigate through our own shame, blame, guilt system that has begun, but with an indoctrination from a very young age? So it's a choice point. You can sit and be angry about it and at the injustice and the unfairness, and that's fine too. Just don't live there. Don't live in that victim consciousness. Understand what's been going on and then get out of it as much as you can, because that's what's going to help all of us through this process. And meditate, right? Get into quiet, get into your heart, take some deep breaths. If you don't know how to meditate, just one conscious breath is a meditation. They teach the 4 square breathing in the military, and I use it a lot in my meditation practices. It's very simple, and it's the 4 is foundation. It sets a new foundation within yourself. So let's just meditate together wherever you're at really quickly. It's one conscious breath is a meditation, right? So if you want to close your eyes, maybe put your hand on your heart, wherever it is that you're feeling. There are such things as hand mantras and mudras, and how you put your hands together matters, right? Think of like circuits of energy, circuitry. So I'm going to invite you to just be wherever you're at right now, and just go ahead and take one conscious breath with me. Let's do a 4 square breathing. So we're going to inhale for the count of 4. We're going to hold our breath for a count of 4, release the breath for 4, and then at the bottom of the release, hold for 4. And you do that 4 times. And that's creating a grid of sanctuary within yourself. It's allowing you to oxygenate your cells and your brain. And again, get you into a state of homeostasis if you're feeling stressed or full of anxiety and you want to meditate. This is a great tool to do that, right? So let's just go ahead. If you want to close your eyes, inhale for the count of 4. So close your eyes, take a nice deep inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 2, 3, 4, and release nice and slow for 2, 3, 4. And at the bottom of the release, hold for 2, 3, 4. Let's do that together 3 more times. Inhale for count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Release 2, 3, 4, and hold at the bottom 2, 3, 4. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Release 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of the release, hold 2, 3. Just do that again. 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Release 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of the release, hold. Just take a nice deep inhale in. Start breathing normally. And just feel your breath, feel your body, feel your nervous system after those 4 counts. Very simple. We count, so it gives the mind something to do because the mind wants to start wandering. And so this way, the counting at least keeps you present and keeps you focused and keeps you in your breath. And you just keep doing that. And if you can, start playing with the breath, maybe doing a longer count out, right? So inhale for 4, hold for 4, but then release nice and slow for 6 or 7, right? So you can start playing with the count, playing with the numbers. But again, this is going to change your brainwave states. This is going to put you in a different state of consciousness to get you to access these beta and theta states, which is the programmable states. And then from this state is why we meditate. Then your natural curiosity, your natural flow of energy will just organically come out without you having to think or do anything. It's just a natural experience, ineffable. It's ongoing, and it's energy. It's nature. It's our nature, but it's allowing ourselves to tune into our nature with grace and ease and consistency. So I would invite you to practice maybe every Sunday at 11:11. Just do a 4 square breathing. Maybe do it for 4 minutes. Simple. Doesn't have to be anything, complex or I don't know. Doesn't have to be anything other than just a tool to help you calm your mind and change your brain states so that you can have a better experience of this reality. It's just an invitation to work with your own mind, to know how it works, to alchemize, and to use the power of connection through the internet as we teach each other, because we are the new media. We are watching each other now. It is not about the programs that we've been indoctrinated into. It's now we're watching one another for the truth, for what our own truth and experience is, because that's how we're going to navigate out all this, is by sharing our truths, not what we've been taught, but what we have direct experience with and what works. And just keep sharing that. Keep sharing your energy. Keep sharing your light and your truth. We need it right now more than ever. I love you, family. Thank you for joining this simple 4 square breathing meditation. You can go as light or as deep as you want to go with this, but maybe use 11:11 every Sunday as like your anchoring point to get into these states. And if we do it together, well, the power of intention and community, where 2 or more are gathered. And there's already a lot of us that are meditating together at 11:11. So I wanted to invite you to come and join us consciously, with intention, wherever you're at in this world. Drop into your heart, even if it's just for 4 minutes, to breathe with us, because there's other people at that time and space all over the world that are breathing together. All right, we got this, family. I love you. Thank you for connecting.